The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball here on the Scholastic Ball Report. And today on the show, the Somerset Briar Jumpers are in with us. Coach Lucas has a tremendous football team. They're ranked number 3 in the state. He has Kyron Sharon and also Cade Grundy in the studio with us for the Somerset Briar Jumpers. Also, our scholar athletes are from Lafayette Soccer. These 3 outstanding young ladies are great students, and they're also great on the soccer field. They made the regional tournament for the first time in about 15 years. Also, we got another Sutherland Chevrolet drive of the week as we head down to Nicholasville to Sutherland Chevrolet. And Walker Tuyun is in with us from UK Sports Medicine. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about assessing those knee injuries during a game for UK Sports Medicine. All that coming up on the show, but we know what you want. You want the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. You're going to get them right here. It's game time with Brian and Lee K on WKYT.
And how about Bryan Station, one of the best stories of the year? First-year coach Philip Hawkins taking over a program which went 6-27 from 2017 to 2019. With a win tonight, the Defenders would have won 6 in a row for the first time since they went to the state finals in 1999, hosting Madison Central, which has lost 4 in a row. Opening drive for the Defenders, McCaleb Coffey looking long. He likes his coffee strong, but Madison Central comes in with the interception. Travion Parks, but Station would bounce back in a hurry. Joey Bond. You can call him Joseph Bond. Kid packs a punch, finds the corner. It's 7-0 Defenders later in the half. The air attack comes alive. Coffey up top to Jaden Morton, and he is, you got to tackle him. He's gone. 13-0 Defenders. Station wins 21-0 as the game is shortened by weather delays. A long season and another long night for Montgomery County on the road at Douglas. Well, it was kind of a short night, actually. First play for the Broncos, Samuel Cornett to Dane Key, who will tiptoe into the end zone. 8-0 after the 2-point conversion. On the next possession, Cornett drops back to pass. Instead, he's got open field in front of him. That would be a pickup of about 15 yards. One more score from Cornett to Dane Key. Pretty pass right there into your living room. He will tumble into the end zone. Weather-shortened game. Douglas wins 29-0.
And welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report, our team of the week, the Somerset Briar Jumpers. Coach, you have the best nickname of any team I know of in the state of Kentucky, maybe the United States.
It's totally unusual. You don't hear it a lot. And you don't see it any other place, I don't believe.
I think that's a rabbit, isn't it? A briar jumper? Isn't that a rabbit?
It actually is Cecil the Rabbit. Yes, it is. That's correct.
Yeah, I got that right. I was just guessing.
Tough to make those rabbits look mean, I'll say that.
It is. Coach, we're coming into this season, and nobody could have predicted this pandemic. But your kids have really handled everything very, very well there at Somerset with the pandemic.
They seem to. And, again, it took us a while last week. I thought it was the first complete game we played, so it took us a while to get where I thought we'd get. I thought by week 2 or 3 we would get there. But the kids have worked really hard in the offseason. They've kept everything in line. A lot of conditioning. As you know, it kept getting pushed back. We're very fortunate to have a season. And the kids are really excited about it. And in doing so, they've worked hard. They put us in the position to be where we are right now.
Well, these 2 young men with us have certainly been staples there for the Briar Jumpers. I just love saying that nickname, by the way, Briar Jumpers. Kaya and Cade, they've been mainstays on your football team. It seems like they've been playing there at Somerset forever.
Well, you and I have talked a couple times already, and we're very lucky to have the athletes we do. Kaya and Cade both, respectively. Respectively as a baseball player, Cade's been committed since 8th grade at Louisville. Kai committed to UK last year. Both of them are high-level players. We're very fortunate to have them here at the same time. I think both of them are candidates for Mr. Football. You and I talked about that as well. They both exhibit what you expect to see on the football field, and I think either one of them in a different sport could and have got offers to play other sports. So very fortunate to have these guys. They're good leaders. They're good kids. Really enjoyed coaching them, and I hope we can make this last as long as we possibly can.
Cade Grundy, how you doing out there in Somerset, Cade? Doing good?
I'm all right. I'm hanging in there.
How does baseball help you play such at a level in football and vice versa? How does football help you play at such a great level in baseball?
I mean, they're two different types of things. I mean, I got to be able to do, like, in baseball, I really don't need to make cuts or do any of that stuff. Like, I just need to be able to throw a ball and hit a ball, really. It's not as simple as that, but, I mean, during the summer, I'm usually gone all the time, but when I'm home, I usually try to get workouts in to help me with footwork and stuff like that, try to build my strength up to get ready for football season.
And Kaya Sharon, how you doing there? You doing good?
Yes, sir. I'm all good.
As a top quarterback and a UK commitment, you committed to UK and you're going early this year. I believe you're going in January, you told me. So congratulations for that. I think a lot of people do that now. They go early. How has this driven you being a UK commit and knowing that everybody in the Commonwealth wants to see you play?
Well, it's just easier because now I can focus rather on recruiting. I can just focus on my high school team. And that's all I'm really there for is to play football, play games with my bros, and just play.
And Cade, you're a 3.8 student. We found that out. So congratulations for that. That's outstanding. How do you keep the grades up with all the outside noise around you and football and everything there at the defending state champions?
My mom stays on me pretty well. She's a teacher at the elementary school, and I mean, we have an older brother who also played sports in high school. He played basketball and baseball, and ended up playing baseball in college for a little bit. So, staying on track. Really, my mom keeps me on everything. Make sure I get all my assignments done before their due dates and everything. So I stay ahead of everything.
And Kaya, another question for you: what will you take to UK that when you take it there? Everybody's going to say, that's Somerset. That's something from Somerset. Either something you say, do, whatever. What characteristic do you think that might be?
Probably my accent. Since I lived in Louisville, and then whenever I moved here, I kind of got into country accent, thanks to everybody else. But that's probably what will be distinct about me.
Well, that'll be just like me. I went to Boone County High School, and my nickname up there was Cowboy. Everybody called me Cowboy because of my twang. So, but I kind of adapted to that, Coach. You know how that is. Everybody likes to pick on somebody, don't they? Coach, you're
Yes,
the
sir.
100 now after winning the state title. You won that on last second play. Tell us about the 2020 season and how you guys have adapted to that, and figuring that you are the defending state champs.
Well, we really put that on the back burner. We concentrated just on this season. There's a new trophy they give out this year. They don't give the 2019 trophy out again. So basically, we're concentrating on this. We lost 24 seniors and 2 young men you see sitting there with us. Had a good job of helping replace those because those 24 were very instrumental in what we did, just like this year's group is. But what they've done and what they've been able to do from last season to this season is remarkable for the simple fact that, it's easy. They say it's very difficult to get on top, but it's even more difficult to stay on top. And that's what we're trying to do right now in our district. Between Danville, LCA, and Washington County is no joke. You have to turn around and play each other twice, basically, to get out of the first 2 rounds. So it's not easy, but I feel like last year's season, the success, the camaraderie, and I'm going to commend these kids really for being tight and close-knit group. And that's something that I think you absolutely need if you're going to go deep into the playoffs.
I think you do too. That's a good point, and we thank you guys for being with us as well. We want to thank Roberts Insurance out in Richmond, Kentucky, on Main Street. They sponsor this segment with the Team of the Week. Thanks to Roberts Insurance. Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report, our scholar athletes. These young ladies are from Lafayette Soccer. All 3 are seniors. And welcome to the show, ladies. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank you for having
Thank you
us.
for having us.
Ella, I'm going to start with you with a 3.9. You're a member of the Lafayette soccer team, student council, beta club, orchestra, National Honor Society. You're a very busy girl out there, Lafayette. How do you manage the time to do all these extracurricular activities?
I've always just been pretty busy. I really just try and get all my work done before I go to soccer practice at night. And usually club meetings are like during the school day, right after school. So just trying to make sure I get all my work done before I go to practice. So then when I come home, I can just eat dinner and go to bed.
Yeah. Kristen, same thing for you with the 3.8. You're involved with Young Life, so tell us about that, and student council, and you're on the soccer team. How do you seem to make it all look so easy during a pandemic?
Uh, my biggest thing I feel like is like prioritizing like what comes first. Like obviously it's my schoolwork and worrying about my grades, and then just kind of focusing like my social life and sports, like that balance in that. Because like I would say Young Life is more of like a social thing. Like it's a Christian organization throughout Lafayette, so it's kind of prioritizing like school, sports, and like other things like that.
Yeah. Sarah, you play soccer there at Lafayette and on the student council as well, so you're busy as well. How hard has it been with the pandemic and virtual school to do all these things?
It's pretty difficult, but with like scheduling it right and stuff, we usually have soccer later at night, so you come home and get a good night rest and have school in the morning and get it done before the next day.
Ella, what about college? Have you thought about that? I'm sure you have. You're a senior. A lot of kids are taking a year off after high school now. That seems to be a trend nowadays. Have you even thought about that?
No, I'm planning on starting college in fall of 2021. I'm looking to go to either Oregon or Washington. So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
And Kristen, you've already made that decision. You're going to Hanover College, so that's a great school there. I've been there on their campus several times doing college football. So congrats for that. What will you study there, and what would and what do you think that you'll take from Hanover?
So I'm wanting to get more into like the science field, majoring in chemistry. I'd like to go to grad school after that and get my PhD. That would be the goal, obviously, but things change throughout college. But going into Hanover, I'm just looking for like a new experience.
And Sarah, what will you study? What will you study in college, and where are you hoping to attend?
Right now I'm looking into marketing at WKU, and I'm not set on it, but it's my first choice right now.
Yeah. And this is to all of you girls before we let you get off here. What about qualifying for regionals? First time in 15 years at Lafayette that they've qualified for regionals. You guys have all done that. And tell us about your season this year at Lafayette. And let's start with Ella.
Um, Going into the season, obviously we didn't know what it was going to look like with the pandemic and everything, but we've really come together as a team. We have all ages contributing on the back line, in the goal, even scoring goals. And so for us to be able to beat some top 10 teams this year and move on to regionals, it's just like really amazing that we can do this and we have a season during a pandemic.
And Kristen?
I kind of agree with Ella, but like overall, I feel like our team culture is really like what set us over this year. Like coming from freshman to senior year with us, like we've grown a lot throughout this program, so that's pretty fun.
Sarah?
I agree with both of them. The age difference between everybody, everyone still has like a lot of skill that brings to the team, and everyone gets along, and it creates like a good energy throughout the season.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank Jenny Williams, your athletic trainer out there, for recommending all three of you for the show. That's how easy it is to get on the Scholastic Ball Report. You just have to have somebody, and let's congratulate your coach out there too. So give her some love. So great season this year at Lafayette. So thank you, young ladies, for being on the show, and good luck at regionals.
Thank you for having
Thank you.
us.
That's the Lafayette soccer team. All three girls are seniors and outstanding students here. And now we're going to the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Our Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week is from future Louisville Cardinal Azariah Israel, who committed to U of L on Thursday. On Friday against Oldham County, Israel busts loose at around midfield, and he is gone for the touchdown. Azariah Israel has struggled with some injuries this year, but he looked pretty darn good against Oldham County. Azariah Israel, congratulations. You are the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
When there's an athlete down, what exactly do we do? So our first thing is we want to examine the person and look for any obvious deformity, fracture, bleeding, something that would create an emergency that we need to then work with our EMS. Once we have made sure that that is not happening, we can go ahead and talk to our athlete, determine what's going on. So today I'm going to do an example of the knee. So our first thing, we're going to look to see to make sure the patella or the kneecap is still in place. We're going to make sure that the athlete can move the knee, so you're going to bend your knee up. And once we know that, we'll check it out. Now we want to check the ligament. So you're going to see an athletic trainer will then check the medial collateral ligament, which is on the inside of the knee, and then the lateral collateral. The medial collateral, we check by putting pressure on there. Same thing with the lateral collateral ligament right here. We're going to put pressure on the side to see if there's any side-to-side give. Then we check with the ACL, which is what everybody knows about. That's the primary stabilizer in the knee. So we're going to do a special test. It's called the Lockman test. So I'm going to pull on the knee there, and the ACL keeps that knee from moving too much forward or backwards. So the last thing we're going to look at is called the PCL. That's the ligament behind the ACL. We do that by pushing on the tibia. Now, if the PCL is injured, the tibia will go backwards. Obviously, this is not happening in this case. This is a good stable knee. At this point, we'd have the athlete stand up, and we're going to try to get them off the field and continue to play.
You gave away some trade secrets there.
I always wonder if people know what we're doing around there, so I thought I would just kind of give you an example.
Well, thank you, Walker Tayoun with UK Sports Medicine. He will keep you in the game there. He's the athletic trainer out at Woodford County. You see the big bee back there in the background. The yellow jacket. That's Walker Tayoun. And now we're going to these final highlights. These highlights brought to you by Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Southwestern and Pulaski County rubber match of the first round of the playoffs last year when the Warriors pulled a bit of an upset. Second quarter, Southwestern's defense standing strong. David Crabtree picked off by Purdue commit Tristan Cox. That kid is going to shine in the Big Ten, promise you that. Later in the second, 3rd and 15 for the Warriors. Crabtree to Cade Hewitt. Brilliant catch. 6-0 Southwestern. Time winding down to the half. Here come the Maroons. Bryson Duggar. You got a name like Duggar, you're going to score, right? You got to do something. Well, you're going to dump it off to Barrick Williams. He will do the rest. Big time touchdown, 7-6, down 12-7 with time expiring. Pulaski beats the Warriors 15-12. We'll be right back.
Every week on the Scholastic Ball Report, we'll highlight high school athletes throughout the state of Kentucky and Central Kentucky. So if you want your athlete on the show, just email me at ballg@windstream.net. We'll get them on the show. All you student athletes, athletic directors, coaches, parents, nominate your kid because they'll be on the Scholastic Ball Report coming up in the weeks to come. And catch us every Sunday right here on the CW. As always, on the Scholastic Ball Report, for those you see and you don't see, keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.